News Channel 8, Washington's source for live weather around the clock.
The weak economy and the turbulence on Wall Street are making it difficult to save money for retirement. But no matter how tough times get, experts say you should still keep building that nest egg. However, you may have to change what you're doing in order to build it. And joining me now here in the studio with more is financial strategist Joseph Leonard. He is the author of the book, The Retirement Vault, A Guide to Protecting Your Assets in an Age of Uncertainty. This is the book. And Joseph, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So first and foremost, it's the end of the year, and this is the time of the year that people start looking at their financial statements and making decisions about what to do coming up in 2009. What should you do given the outlook that a lot of people say we face next year?
I think a lot of them are afraid to look at their statements right now.
Well, I cried when I looked at mine, I'll just be honest.
Yeah, but they really should be looking to diversify even further and really separate their money out in different pots. You know, what is the money that I'm going to need this year or this month? Stuff for next year in the 3-year plan and a 5-year plan, and depending upon where they are in retirement, separate those pots and adjust the risk in there.
There's a lot of talk about having a diverse portfolio. Talk about exactly what that means and how do you make sure that what you have is actually diverse, because so many times you just check a box when you sign up for your 401k and you hope what's in there is diverse.
Right. You really look at the number of monies that you want to have in cash, what you want to have in equities or risk, maybe monies that are in CDs or fixed accounts that you know that you can get to in a quick period of time. So, you know, my ideal is to have maybe 4, 5, 6 different areas where you're holding monies for different times.
I mentioned that I recently got a statement about my 401k, and yeah, I did shed a few tears. And what do you do? I'm looking at that thinking, do I pull it out, convert it to cash, and just put it in one of those CDs you mentioned? Right. But am I going to be penalized if I do that?
Well, not within your 401k you won't be penalized, but you know, a lot of people are looking at that. Do I go to cash right now and maybe miss some of the upside of the market that may come back, or are we really at the bottom?
Right, which was my thought. Are we at the bottom?
And I don't think we are, personally, but you know, you may shift to something that gives you more upside potential than maybe a CD or a fixed rate money market, something like an indexed annuity or something that gives you the upside potential but no downside risk. So a lot of people are doing that in their retirement portfolio.
Does it depend largely on how close you are to retirement? I mean, if you've got 10 or 15 years, you may make a different decision than if you're 25 and you've got 30 to 40 years.
Correct. You've got 20, 30 years before retirement. It can be a very good buying opportunity right now to buy low-end stocks and mutual funds and those type of things. But the closer you get to retirement, that long haul becomes the short haul. You really want to look for safety in those type of products.
You also advise in the book taking a look at things that are on the more conservative side in terms of the products that you may invest in. Exactly what does that mean, and what are the conservative products?
Well, the conservative side are fixed rates, things that can't lose or they don't have any risk to them, like indexed annuities or fixed rate annuities, which are insurance products, CDs, money markets, cash funds, those type of things. No risk products. And the older they are and the more you get towards that retirement date, you want to be switching to those because you know you're going to need that money.
Ultimately, how do you decide how much of a risk to take?
Well, that's the proverbial question, because everybody's volume of dollars of what they're going to need may be different. If it's money that you are not willing to lose, well, then you shouldn't be risking it. It's like gambling. You don't go to Vegas with money with your 401k and play it all.
And let me ask you about the penalty, because I'm really serious about thinking about this 401k thing. If you do choose to take out money just to put it into something more safe, do you really have to pay that 20% penalty?
Well, taking out is different than rolling it over. Rolling it over to a different entity that's holding that money, there is no penalty to do that.
Even if it's a CD, a bank CD?
Correct. You can have CDs inside your 401k, you can have annuities, you can have all of those things. So you do a rollover versus cashing it out and then moving it.
All right. Joseph Leonard, the book is The Retirement Vault. Thank you so much for being here.
For having me.
Very sound advice. Appreciate it.
Thank you.